listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there. Y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
You won't believe what 50 Cent just exposed. Hip-hop will never be the same. Word on the streets is that roughly a dozen rappers were arrested immediately after new leaked footage from 50 Cent's documentary went viral, sending shockwaves through the hip-hop world. The leaks reportedly reveal career-shattering moments, and 50 Cent hasn't held back, openly mocking them and sharing clips of their arrests. Today, we're breaking down the footage, the fallout, and why the industry can't stop buzzing about it. To understand how we got here, we need to rewind to December 2025, when a 4-part Netflix docuseries Sean Combs, The Reckoning premiered. 50 Cent, born Curtis James Jackson III, teamed up with director Alexandria Stapleton to give fans an unfiltered look at Diddy's true character. The entire series dropped at once on the platform, nearly 2 years after 50 Cent announced the project on December 7th, 2023. This wasn't some low-budget online production. It was a full-scale Netflix operation. The streaming giant built a series as jaw-dropping, investigative, and revelatory, unpacking decades of shocking allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs and his bad boy empire. Episodes 1 and 2 dive deep into the East Coast, West Coast tensions of the 1990s, including the unsolved murders of Tupac Shakur and Christopher B.I. Wallace.
Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The 4-part docuseries dives into key moments of Diddy's life and career, from his fierce conflicts with Death Row Records and top rap artists of the 90s to his high-profile romantic relationships, including Cassie Ventura and much more. The most unforgettable element was the unexpected footage. It included never-before-seen clips captured in the 6 days leading up to Diddy's arrest, along with handwritten journal entries from Bad Boy co-founder Kirk Burrows outlining years of handling Diddy's personal and financial matters. There's a story behind this footage that quickly complicated things. The recordings were made by a videographer Diddy hired for a personal documentary. After Diddy's arrest, a third-party freelancer reportedly leaked the material, while lead filmmaker Michael Oberle was out of town. He told Rolling Stone on December 11th that the leak was not a payment issue, but a betrayal caused by someone who wrongfully shared the footage with 50 Cent. The content revealed striking moments, showing a visibly frustrated Diddy confronting his lawyer over setbacks and instructing his team to find someone willing to handle the toughest work to fight the claims against him. When asked about the footage in interviews, 50 Cent avoided clarifying how he acquired it. In a Hollywood Reporter interview on Monday, before the series dropped Tuesday, Jackson and Stapleton stayed tight-lipped about obtaining the pre-arrest clips, with the rapper responding, "Why would you ask us to reveal our sources?"
I'll accept it.
The director herself drew a firm line in her statement. Alexandria Stapleton explained, "The footage came to us. We acquired it legally and hold all the necessary rights." One notable aspect of Sean Combs is his constant habit of documenting himself, a practice that has spanned decades. The documentary didn't shy away from personal moments that revealed aspects of Diddy's character. Clips from The Reckoning generated widespread reactions, including a scene highlighted by 50 Cent music, showing Diddy greeting fans in Harlem. After taking photos with supporters, he returned to his luxury vehicle and remarked that he needed hand sanitizer in a bath, saying, "Ugh, I feel like I need to wash. Like I'm dirty." It shows you his character, 50 Cent noted. In interviews with ABC News and Robin Roberts, 50 Cent, an executive producer, explained why he chose to be involved. The Reckoning became available on Netflix in early December 2025, and 50 Cent emphasized his role in bringing the series to life. He said, "If I didn't speak up, people might assume hip-hop condones these behaviors." He described the project as a responsibility, stating he felt compelled to represent those who couldn't voice their perspectives, and that as one of the few prominent figures willing to speak out. Failing to act could result in an entire culture being misrepresented. The numbers reflected the public's interest. In December, he teamed up with Netflix to produce Sean Combs, The Reckoning, a docuseries examining claims surrounding Combs. The series reportedly drew over 50 million views after its release, showing massive audience engagement. Even 50 Cent admitted he was surprised by the viewership. "I knew it would do well, but surpassing Stranger Things? I didn't expect that. It's a huge franchise," he said. The documentary was a hit and shifted perceptions of 50 Cent within hip-hop. He's no longer just the Instagram troll. He's now the one who can put someone's life on screen for millions to judge. Diddy's camp responded immediately and strongly. Sean Diddy Combs' team criticized a Netflix series from his producer and longtime rival, calling it a shameful hit piece. They condemned footage showing the mogul's life in the days before his September 2024 arrest, describing it as unfair, illegal, and a deeply personal attack. Diddy's spokesperson, Judah Engelmeyer, made their stance clear in a public statement. Netflix used footage that was never authorized for release, a representative for Combs told Variety on December 1st. As Netflix and CEO Ted Sarandos note, Mr. Combs has been collecting footage since he was 19 to tell his story on his terms. It is fundamentally unfair and illegal for Netflix to misappropriate that work. Beyond legal concerns, Diddy's team directly criticized 50 Cent. Their statement read, "It is staggering that Netflix gave creative control to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a longtime rival with a personal vendetta who has spent too much time slandering Mr. Combs. Beyond the legal issues, this represents a personal breach of trust. Mr. Combs has long held respect for Ted Sarandos and admired the legacy of Clarence Avant. For Netflix to hand his life story to someone who has publicly criticized him for decades felt like an unnecessary and deeply personal affront. At the very least, he expected fairness from people he respected." Diddy's legal team even issued a cease and desist in Netflix just before the documentary's release, claiming that the use of private pre-indictment footage was unauthorized. They denounced the docuseries as a shameful hit piece, yet Netflix aired it anyway, and 50 Cent mocked the legal warning online. Netflix rejected all claims from Diddy's camp, stating that the allegations regarding Sean Combs, The Reckoning, were false. The project had no connection to any prior conversations between Combs and Netflix. All footage leading up to his indictment and arrest was legally obtained. The series is not a hit piece or act of retaliation. While Curtis Jackson serves as an executive producer, he does not control creative decisions, and no participants were paid. Netflix emphasized that 50 Cent has no creative control, directly addressing claims that the project was a vendetta. Then the situation took a bizarre turn. 50 Cent recently shared on social media that he received an early Christmas gift from Diddy following the documentary's release of a photo of a flower bouquet supposedly sent while he performed at a Miami club. While receiving flowers from someone you made a documentary about might seem intimidating, Diddy's team denied sending them. When asked by Complex, they said, "Perhaps someone played a joke in poor taste." Meanwhile, the legal pressure on Diddy continued to grow as public interest in the allegations against Sean Diddy Combs surged after the docuseries premiered. The series features interviews with jurors from Diddy's federal trial, part of a major case that began in September 2024 when Combs was arrested and charged with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The docuseries arrived just 2 months after the rapper was sentenced to 50 months in prison following his conviction on 2 prostitution-related charges in October 2025. After spending over a year in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, Combs' request to transfer to a lower security facility was approved. On October 30th, he was moved to the Fort Dix FCI in New Jersey. Music, even in 2026, legal issues continue to mount. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has again publicly commented on the controversy surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, responding after new claims emerged during court proceedings. Reports from the hearing indicate that an escort service owner testified Combs allegedly requested more than 30 male escorts. Attorneys involved also suggested that additional state criminal charges could be filed. In response, 50 Cent posted a blunt message on Instagram directed at his longtime rival. According to court documents, the new allegations include that Diddy allegedly assaulted a male escort and threatened him, writing, "I got Tupac hit." Music. There's also a lawsuit connected to the documentary itself. A former sex worker featured in the series filed a complaint against both 50 Cent and Netflix, claiming misrepresentation in how the docuseries portrayed her involvement. The lawsuit alleges that the defendants deliberately edited, distorted, and misrepresented the plaintiff's account to make Cassie Ventura, the plaintiff's primary trafficker, appear as a victim, while suppressing key testimony from the plaintiff. So, even as 50 Cent celebrates the documentary's success, he faces legal challenges from multiple directions, but none of it has slowed him down. To fully understand why 50 Cent went so hard on the project, you need to know how deep the feud runs. The rivalry goes back over 2 decades. Sean Diddy Combs and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson have been peers in the entertainment industry for years, but they have never been friends. While they collaborated a few times in the past, their relationship evolved into a long-standing rivalry involving business disputes, diss tracks, murder conspiracy theories, viral trolling, and most recently, a Netflix documentary produced by 50 Cent about Diddy's legal issues. Their complicated history spans more than 25 years. The early years were relatively calm. The alleged feud reportedly began early in 50 Cent's career after he worked with Combs on several tracks from the late Notorious B.I.'s posthumous 1999 album Born Again. They moved in the same circles and did business together, but the partnership did not last. In 2006, 50 Cent released a diss track titled The Bomb, which included sounds of gunfire and allegations that Combs knew the identity of the killer Christopher Wallace, the rapper known as the Notorious B.I., who was both a protege and close friend of Combs. That was a line that, once crossed, could not be taken back. 50 Cent publicly accused Diddy of knowing who killed Biggie, one of the most sensitive and unresolved events in hip-hop history, for which no one has ever been charged. This marked a major turning point in the relationship between 50 Cent and Puff. While everything seemed calm to the public, it's clear that around 2006, something shifted, and 50 Cent became more aggressive. There were periods of quiet, suggesting a relatively peaceful phase between the two. In 2007, 50 Cent playfully interrupted an interview with Puff, exchanging some light-hearted banter. Later, in 2009, Diddy and 50 Cent teamed up to troll Rick Ross during the G-Unit leader's feud with Ross. But the jabs never fully stopped. By 2014, 50 Cent was back, firing more shots at Puff. During a 92Q Jams interview, he dismissed Diddy's new single, Big Homie, as straight trash, saying, "Puff's still out there. He doesn't even need a record because he doesn't have one." One of the defining aspects of this feud has been how personal it became over the years. 50 Cent once recalled an awkward exchange in an event. When Diddy said something confusing, 50 Cent remembered thinking, "What are you talking about?" He described another moment at Chris Lighty's wedding. "He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, 'What did you just say?' Let me move before I do something. You're going to make me mess up the wedding." Over the years, Diddy's response has largely been to brush it off. During his appearance on The Breakfast Club, he smiled and said, "I don't have any beef with Fifth. He loves me. You all can't see it, but he loves me. You really think that's hate? You know he loves me," Diddy said. Things escalated in 2023 when his legal issues became public. In October that year, 50 Cent alleged that Combs had connections to the death of Tupac Shakur, who, like Biggie, was killed in a drive-by shooting. Combs has consistently denied any involvement in either case. By 2025, 50 Cent had moved beyond Instagram posts. He had a production company, a Netflix deal, and a 4-part docuseries bearing his rival's name. The trolling had become a full-blown industry, and no one in hip-hop could ignore it. However, not everyone supported 50 Cent's documentary efforts. Some of his oldest rivals saw an opportunity to strike. Ja Rule reignited his long-standing feud with 50 Cent over the Netflix docuseries about Diddy, accusing him of being no different from the convicted rapper. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson served as an executive producer on Sean Combs' The Reckoning, which premiered on Netflix on December 2nd, 2025. Jackson's role drew criticism online, including from Ja Rule, who had previously labeled him a rat and a snitch in a series of posts after the docuseries release. On December 7th, 2025, Ja Rule continued his attacks, suggesting 50 Cent had an ulterior motive for producing the documentary. According to Complex, He called 50 Cent a cancer to the culture and claimed Jackson was no different from Diddy, referencing a 2013 incident in which the rapper was accused of assaulting Daphne Joy, the mother of his son's sire. The Ja Rule and 50 Cent feud remains one of the longest-running rivalries in hip